Hello everybody, myself Mohan Undipal, Assistant Professor CSC MCKV Institute of Engineering. In this video, I am going to discuss fixed and variable partition multiprogramming along with their numerical illustration. The memory space is divided into fixed or variable partitions, which will be illustrated in detail in the following discussion. Fixed partitioning is a method of partitioning the memory at the time of system generation. In fixed partitioning, the partition size can be of fixed size as well as variable sized. But once fixed, it cannot be changed. In variable partitioning, it is not performed at the system generation time. In this partitioning, the number and size of memory partition vary and are created at runtime by the operating system itself. During allocation and deallocation of the memory to the processes, through various methods, it may happen that some memory spaces are left which cannot be utilized for allocation purpose. These holes create fragmentation inside the memory. There are two types of fragmentations: internal fragmentation and external fragmentation. When a process is allocated to a partition, it may be possible that its size is less than the size of partition, leaving a space after allocation, which is unusable by any other process. This wastage of memory internal to a partition is known as internal fragmentation. And while allocating and deallocating memory to the processes in partitions through various methods, it may be possible that there are small spaces left in various partitions throughout the memory such that if these spaces are combined, they may satisfy some other process's requests. But these spaces cannot be combined. This total memory space fragmented external to all the partitions is known as external fragmentation. Now we are considering one example regarding fragmentation. Three processes are there: P1, P2 and P3. P1 is of size 19900, P2 is of size 19990 and P3 is of size 19888 bytes respectively. They need space in memory. If partitions of equal size, that is 20,000 bytes, are allocated to P1, P2 and P3, will there be any fragmentation in this allocation? Next question is, can a process of 200 bytes be allocated? We are considering the solution of this problem. Initially, we can see that this particular part of the memory is occupied by the operating system itself, and we are getting three blank parts of 20,000 bytes. When the process P1 of size 19900 bytes gets allocated inside 20,000 bytes, then 100 bytes whole will be left. Next, the process P2 of size 19990 bytes will be allocated to another 20,000 bytes partition, resulting to a whole of 10 bytes. Another process P3 of size 19888 bytes will get allocated inside another 20,000 bytes partition, will leave 112 bytes as a whole. So, total space left is 100 bytes plus 10 bytes plus 112 bytes, means total space left is equal to 222 bytes. These leftover spaces inside partitions are internal fragmentations. These leftover spaces, leftover holes are inside the 2000 bytes partition. That is why these holes create internal fragmentations. So total amount of internal fragmentation is equal to 222 bytes. The next question is, can a process of 200 bytes be allocated? Even if the total space left is more than 200 bytes, the process of 200 bytes cannot be accommodated because the space left is not contiguous. Another similar assignment is given to be worked out regarding internal fragmentation. Four processes P1, P2, P3 and P4 of sizes 18900, 19500, 19990 and 20990 bytes respectively need space in memory. The actual partitions of size 20,000 bytes are allocated to P1, P2, P3 and P4. Is there any fragmentation in this allocation? And can a process of 600 bytes be accommodated? Regarding the drawback of fixed partition. Though the total memory space left is 222 bytes, a process requirement of 200 bytes could not be allocated because the available space was fragmented. We have seen this scenario in our previous problem. This is the drawback of fixed memory partitioning. To overcome these drawbacks, contiguous allocation with variable partitioning was devised. It is also known as dynamic partitioning. Instead of having static partitions, the memory partition will be allocated to a process dynamically. In other words, the number and size of partitions are not fixed at the time of system generation. They are variable and are created at runtime by the operating system itself. Again, we are considering one example. Let us understand dynamic partitioning with this example. The operating system is allocated to this part of the memory and a total of 120 M whole is available initially. A process of size 30 M gets allocated into this total 120 M whole, leaving behind a whole of 90 M. Another process of size 40 M gets allocated in the 90 M whole, leaving behind 50 M whole. Another process P3 gets allocated of size 48 M. So, the whole which is created inside the memory after allocation of three processes of sizes 30 M, 40 M and 48 M respectively is 2 M only. Now, the first process of size 30 M leaves the system. So, again it will create a 30 M hole inside the system. So, the total hole created is 30 plus 2, that is 32 M. The next scenario is that inside the created 30 M hole, where previously first process resided, another process of size 28 M enters and allocated over there. So, the total amount of memory fragmented right now is 2M plus 2M equal to 4M. Now, the process of size 48M completes its execution and makes the space vacant. This time, the first process of size 30M re-enters the system and gets allocated inside the memory, inside the 48M hole. So, Here 18M hole is created. So throughout the memory space, the total fragmented memory created is equal to 18M plus 2M plus 2M, that is 22M. So the total leftover space is 18 plus 2 plus 2 equal to 22 bytes. These leftover spaces outside the partitions are called external fragmentations. So we have discussed external fragmentation in dynamic partitioning. External fragmentation can be reduced if all the small holes formed during partitioning and allocation are compacted together. Compaction helps to control memory wastage occurring in dynamic partitioning. The compaction is done by shuffling the memory contents such that all occupied memory region is moved in one direction and all unoccupied memory region in the other direction. Compaction, however, is not always possible. One limitation is that it can be applied only if the memory is relocated dynamically at the execution time. Another limitation is that compaction incurs cost because it is time consuming and wastes CPU cycle. In my next video, I'll be discussing memory allocation techniques. As the reference of this study, I have used Operating System Principles by Naresh Chauhan from Oxford University Press and Operating System Concepts by Silversadge, Galvin and Gagne from Wiley Publishing. If you have any question, you can drop a mail in the mail ID mohua.nondi@gmail.com or you can post your question in the comment section below. Thank you.